Hi guys, it's me, Katrina Denise, and this is another episode of Katrina's Book Bag. Alright, come close. If I told you that today you could travel back in time with me, would you come? You would? I'm so glad that you said yes. That is exactly what we're going to do today. It is just after Black History Month, so we're in the month of March, and this is known as Women's History Month. What a wonderful book I will share with you today that kind of merges the two. So today I'm going to share with you a book. It is a chapter book. Most of the books that I share tend to be picture books, but today's book is a chapter book. The great thing about this book is you can actually read it on two different mediums. You can purchase the book, or I'm actually going to my Kindle app. You can read the book online by download it to some type of device that you have where you're able to read books. So the book that I'm going to share with you today is entitled Terrell and Keke's Adventures Through Time, Traveling the Underground Railroad. Here is the book. Don't know if you can see it. Maybe you can just see it just a little bit. Again, I downloaded mine to my Kindle app. Anyway, this is an awesome book. Why? Because it is a historical fiction. A lot of times when kids are reading books, they don't necessarily gravitate towards your nonfiction text. And so when you're trying to get them to read something or to really invest in something historical, sometimes you lose them. So the best way to do that is to have them read a picture book or have them read a historical fiction, which is kind of the best of both worlds. At any rate, in this book, we follow the lives of Keke and Terrell as they leave for summer and travel to Grandma and Grandpa's home. However, Grandma and Grandpa live in the countryside, and so Terrell is not quite happy to have to spend the entire summer there along with his sister. Anyway, Terrell overhears a conversation about his uncle, who, when he was younger, traveled behind Grandma and Grandpa's home to a little cabin where it seems all kinds of strange things happened. His uncle was injured because he traveled somehow to the Negro Baseball Leagues. How in the world does that happen? Well, as curiosity takes over, Terrell finds himself in the woods as well. Well, this time when he's in the woods, guess who tags along? His little sister Keke. They come along a cabin, and when they look inside, they discover a box. Now, the box clearly says, basically, read at your own risk. And when they go through looking for treasure, they find one of the best treasures of all, a book. But this particular book is about the Underground Railroad. And it distinctly says that if you read it, those with a vivid imagination may find that things happen. After reading the first page or paragraph, nothing happens. Well, not at first. Then somehow the two kids are transported back into the 1800s. They find themselves in completely different garbs, and they find that they are running along with a group of slaves through the woods. Now, prior to coming back to the 1800s, Terrell was in school where he learned lots of things about history and African Americans. So as he hears some of the conversations in the woods, he soon discovers that he is traveling the Underground Railroad with slaves escaping north, as well as Harriet Tubman. Can you believe it? A child traveling with Harriet Tubman? Now, don't get me wrong. This is not a book to glorify slavery at all. It's a book that teaches about slavery. It teaches children about abolitionists, or those who did not believe in slavery and were willing to give up their lives and to do whatever they could to help eradicate it and get slaves to freedom. But then we learn about the heroism of a woman named Harriet Tubman. And you follow Terrell and Keke on this journey as they learn about different safe houses that the slaves traveled to along the Underground Railroad. And they discover something very interesting about Miss Tubman. This particular piece of information is something that provides a secondary lesson, if you will, for readers in the book. When Harriet Tubman was a slave, she was injured by her slave master. She was hit in the head, and now throughout the course of her life, she has suffered with what is known as narcolepsy. So there are periods of time that Harriet Tubman would completely pass out. Can you imagine escaping most of the horrid conditions in slavery, putting your fate in the hands of Miss Harriet Tubman, only to discover that she has narcolepsy? The great thing about that particular event in the story is that it's a perfect teachable moment to simply say to children, you know, even though you may have circumstances or difficulties in life, look at the amazing things that you can accomplish in spite of them. So I encourage you to grab a copy of Terrell and Keke's Adventures on the Underground Railroad. Now, I happen to know a little secret. I read the end of the book. I know that the slaves make it to freedom. But the way that the book ends, and yes, Terrell and Keke make it back to the 20th century, but the way that the book ends seems to me like they're going to have a few more adventures. So pick up your copy. This book is written by Kesha Rushing. It is an awesome book. Again, it is available for print and available as a downloadable book on any particular app. Again, Terrell and Keke's Adventures. I hope you guys enjoy it. Now look, down below, hit subscribe and continue to follow Katrina's Book Bag for more great books, for interesting and exciting things that you can share with your children, a perfect book that you can give as a gift. And if you're a parent or a teacher, follow me also at bit.ly/Katrina Denise. That is a Facebook link where you can follow me to learn more information on how you can share some different reading strategies with your child so that you can help them be better readers and better understand the books that they read. So I'll share a few comprehension tricks and tips if you follow me there. All right, guys, I'm going to end with this little note. Let's spread a little bit more peace and equality throughout the land. More love is what we need. And of course, happy reading. Until next time, this is Katrina's Book Bag. Bye-bye.